for a long time, um, I would see his name everywhere. And I would think that it would be a sign that we supposed to be together and that everything was gonna work out. But anytime I would see his name, it would piss me off. It would be like rage would be sit and I would fuel and I would cover my hurt with anger because I didn't want him to know that I cared so much. I didn't want to know that him not talking to me, him walking away didn't affect me. But it did. And I thought it meant all these things. And I just thought I was right about all of it. And I was wrong. It wasn't until last week I asked God, I said, why I keep seeing this boy's name? And it was because I never told David how I truly felt. I said, oh, I need to tell David how I truly feel. That's where I'm gonna get my peace from. Welcome back to another episode of the Healing Card Cast, where me and you have simple conversation, talk about things that we normally don't talk about and things that has been on our mind. This is a safe place where we are understood, validated, vulnerable, and there is no bad judgment, only allowed to be free. Thank you so much and welcome back. I am your host, Taylor Michelle. How are you guys doing? Damn, my boy. That's tough. Oof. Lord have mercy. I'm glad that's going good for you. Great. Oh, thank you for asking. How am I doing? That's a great question. Today was very emotional for me. Cried today. I woke up this morning really sad, but in great spirits. Like, my heart was hurting this morning. And it wasn't like, oh, physical pain. It was like emotional hurt pain. Type of hurt in my heart. And I just allowed myself to sit in it, to process. Really was intentional in listening to God. I didn't even want to go to the gym today. I had a I don't want to do it spirit. And I just had to pray over myself, you know what I'm saying? And when I got home from the gym, I literally cried out and prayed over the people that hurt me. So serious. And yeah, so today's podcast is gonna be a little bit different for me. I had intentional. Oh, boy, I tell you, being dyslexic is like a love-hate relationship. It is your friend and it is your enemy at the same damn time. It brings humorous and it brings frustration. My God. My. Like I was saying, I had the intentions to come up here and to speak out my truth on certain people that I want to give a message to, because I am tired of hurting inside. And this was something that I wanted to do for myself. And in this, while I was making this decision, I stopped myself and I asked God, is this in your will? And he brought me to Keon Henderson. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he's a pastor, I believe, in Houston, Texas, but he's from the Shy. He's from the Shy like me. A lot of y'all think I'm from Atlanta. I'm raised in Atlanta. So I could throw my A up because I'm from Atlanta. But I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I am born in the suburbs of Chicago, and I was raised in the suburbs of Atlanta. I am a suburban girl. I am not on what you was on, okay? I some things I never experienced, and I'm glad that I ain't never experienced. Okay? Um, but in that, to be more precise, it was the sermon, Killing It Quietly. And I listened. I recommend you to go listen to the sermon. It really helped me, and I really listened to what God had to say. So I, unfortunately, will not be delivering letters to the people that I want to deliver letters to. Before I start this podcast, because on this episode, well, I already started. Why you keep saying that? Before I start the icebreakers, um, I want to shift in a different. I want to. You feel me? I don't know what to say. This episode, I will be healing, and I will be opening up things I never spoke on, things I've never touched on, things that still have emotions attached to it. Um, I learned a lot of lessons this week, and I went through a lot of emotions this week. And one of the biggest ones that I did was cry all week. And I hate crying. I truly do hate crying. But I understand how necessary crying is, and I realize how healthy crying is because it has a relief to it. When you get it all out, you don't feel the heaviness or the weight to it. But it took me a long time to get to that mindset because the mindset I had before was that I couldn't show nobody that I cried. I couldn't show nobody that I was weak. In actuality, crying is the strongest emotion that anybody could ever have because it shows the sensitivity, the vulnerability of whatever that situation is that caused you to cry because there is some type of care that made you cry because it hurt you, of whatever the response back of that situation or person made you feel like. So I am going to be doing myself a great service. This is for nobody but me on this episode because I don't want to hurt no more. Like, the season of being hurt for me is over with. Like, I don't care to be in places or people who hurt me. And I have been surrounded by people, and I'm still surrounded by people who hurt me. And I learned a word called deception that I can't wait to get into. So, before we start, I'm going to start with a daily note. And I'm going to start with what's been on my mind lately. So, the main thing, okay, so recently I have been thinking about the young man that I used to talk to. His name is David. And I do not care that I name dropped your name. I pray that you find this video and that you listen with your whole heart of what I'm about to say to you because I've never told you this ever. And I am still connected with this motion. But I keep asking myself, if I was to ever see you again, David, what would I say to you? How would I feel being in a room with you? And that has been a question that I have been asking myself for a very long time. And I still don't have a response or what I would say to you. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Um, Tuffy. Um, Sometimes I don't. No, that's not how I'm gonna start. David, I never told you that when we first met that I prayed to God to give me guidance on how to love you because I knew the first day we met that you were something that I needed. And the place that I was at in that moment, I didn't want I didn't want anything toxic or unhealthy that came from me to get on you or the things that I was dealing with. So anytime that we were together, David, I was cautioned about my ways, my response. I didn't know how to operate with someone who was gentle because I was used to an environment that was aggressive. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know what to do at all. It was literally foreign to me and it was unfamiliar. It was uncommon for me, but yet I enjoyed how gentle you were with me in every process that I had with you, in every conversation we've had. Um, you were a gentleman to me. You treated me like a queen. Um, you called me beautiful every day. Um, Being caring or nurturing, that was unfamiliar to me. It did something to me that I didn't even know how to respond or how to reciprocate. I didn't want to bring like I said, toxicity, anything unhealthy onto him because I knew what kind of environment I was in. And sometimes I didn't know rather to be me. So I lied to protect him, and that caused us to have friction between us. And although I take accountabilities and responsibilities of my actions, I did so ever tried my best to show him that the version that he saw wasn't me and that I met him at my lowest point in my life. And he was the only person that I needed. David, you got me to listen. David, you gave me peace of mind. You helped me get through some struggling days. You brought happiness back into my life. You taught me things. You held me accountable. You challenged me. You encouraged me. You helped me see myself again. You are the lesson of why I needed to show up for myself. You were the lesson to show me self love to myself. You motivated me. And I am a better woman to myself because of you, David. And when you called quits, I went through a dark path. I couldn't operate. I was furious. I had a rage. I was hurt. I cried a lot. And in those moments, I needed you. I needed you to be there on my side. I needed you to just be present. I needed a laugh. I needed someone to tell me that it was going to be okay. You said some foul things to me. I got this. You got this. God be with me. You got this. I needed you to be there. I went through some painful ass shit alone. And all I needed, David, was you to be by my side. I didn't even know how to explain or to even articulate what I was going through or what emotions that I was I feeling because I've never knew how to respond. I'm trying to figure out how to respond to them. You didn't understand where I was coming from. I gave literally my all to you, and I don't regret loving you. I don't regret anything that we do or that we did. Not do, because there is no do. I don't regret anything. But I'd be lying to myself if I didn't say that I don't think of you. I would be lying to myself if I didn't say I didn't miss you because I do. I know if I was to see your face, I will lit up and smile. The hardest thing for me between both of us in this past 2 years was letting you go. The hardest thing was to not speak to you and to let God do Him and to not get in the way. It is so hard to let go of somebody when you love them. Like, it's hard because you don't want to, and I didn't want to. I always think of the situation um, of my 25th birthday when I went to Orlando and I saw him. And I just kept thinking to myself, he must think that I am like dumb for wanting to see him. And the truth of the matter is no, I'm not dumb. What's dumb of me is that I continue to keep being with someone that I know that was hurting me because I was hurting myself. wanting to be with someone who didn't want to be with me. That was dumb of me. What's not dumb of me is wanting to see a person that I care for, is wanting to be present with somebody that I care about. I don't find that dumb. What I find dumb is you taking advantage of someone who actually cares about you. That's what I find stupid, actually. And I really don't like it when men say women are stupid for being with the men who they don't like or da da da. I don't find women stupid. I find men stupid for them to even convene themselves into a room that you know you don't like a woman, but the woman likes you, but yet you still in a room. You're stupid. Because why are you taking advantage of a woman who sat there and expressed herself to you about how much you mean to her? A woman is only dumb is when she keeps allowing you to play these stupid ass games, because I've seen all my signs and I was dumb enough to ignore them when I could have just not avoided them. I owe myself that responsibility and I owe myself that accountability, that I should have never played with myself like that. But because I liked you so much, I bent the rules. And I've never should have bent the rules, because not only did I play myself, not only did I allow you to play with me, but I played with myself as if I didn't know what type of values I had of myself, as if I didn't know how much I respect myself. I never understood why men would think women is stupid because we want to see someone that we care about. No, what's stupid is that you take advantage of women who care for you. Let that marinate. So excuse me for being dumb for caring for you. Excuse me for loving you for who you are. Excuse me. I don't really have no hatred in my heart. I don't have no ill will. There's been so many times where I thought about, like, yo, if I just go and have this, maybe things would be right. Before I had this mindset of learning how to forgive and just to make peace with things, I had a rage because I didn't like how I was underestimated. Like, I felt like I had to prove myself that I could be that woman for you. And in these moments, the only thing that I ever did was to show myself is that I am the woman that I can be. And you let me know so many times that it was never me. Because I reflect on a lot of our conversations and a lot of our moments and a lot of our memories together, and I just reflect and I realize how much I've communicated to you, how much I expressed to you. And I think the biggest thing for me, one of the biggest things for me was that I couldn't get over is that I did not like how my character was antagonized. That boiled my spirit. That boiled my soul. It did something into me that I never seen myself have rage. I really don't like it when people try my character as if I'm a person who comes from somebody. If I'm a person of evil, as if I do bad things. I may make mistake, but just because I make a mistake does not define me as my mistake. Good people make mistakes. And I want to let you know that me telling you that you're a good man wasn't to stroke your ego. It was me reminding you that you are a good man. To never leave your identity, to remind you of who you are. That was my whole purpose of me telling you that you're a good man, that you're a gentleman, that you're this, that you're that. I was reminding you that you are who you are. And this is why I love you. And this is why I like you. I don't need no extraordinary reason to care for somebody. I don't need you to buy me a car. I don't need luxurious things or materialistical things for me to love you or to love somebody. I love you because of you. And you will never understand my heart because you have clearly let me know on several accounts how much you do not care, how careless of you. You will never understand the depths of how you hurt me. We always are stuck on the causes of hurt. We never understand the reasons of why it hurt. You're so fixated on my mistakes that you're not even trying to listen to the reasons of what caused me to make this mistake. I literally, I literally don't know what I would do to be in a room with you. I fantasized so much about him that I made too much space in my head about you. And that's a no for me. You don't know how much love I gave you. The worst feeling that I feel like a human being could ever feel is telling somebody that you love them and they don't want you or they don't love you back. And you took advantage of my kind heart. You took advantage of what the kind of person that I was. And you used it for your selfish needs. And it took me a while to forgive you for this. God really put something in my mind today before coming up here. I never realized how much of a cycle it was for me of trying to get you to understand. Oh, if I just do this, he'll listen. Or if I unblock him, he'll do this. I never understood the importance. No, I didn't realize that that was a cycle and that I don't need to do nothing. I could come up here with so much anger, bash your name, call you out your character. But what good does it come out of me? Nothing. It doesn't, I don't get nothing out of it. I get nothing good for bringing another person down just because they made me feel some type of way. God put in my spirit, don't you fight evil with evil. Fight evil with kindness. I said, what, nigga? Kindness? That boy don't deserve kindness, if you ask me. He don't deserve my grace. I told y'all that my sister put in my back of my head that you'll know you make peace with somebody when you can just pray for them. And that's what I decided to do. So, David, I pray that whatever's in your heart, I pray that God heals it. I pray that you get abundance of joy and happiness and peace in your spirit, in your soul, in your heart, in your mind. I have no idea what you're going through, but I pray that God has mercy on your soul. I pray that He gives you grace. I pray that you know that you are forgiven for me. I pray that whatever those unspoken emotions that you never dealt with, that you give it to God. I pray that you have peace surpass your own understanding. I pray that you find peace within yourself. And I pray that you hear this prayer. And I pray that you find forgiveness in yourself. I wish you the best. I literally wish you the best. I'm too good of a woman for you. And you will never know that because you can't see that in me. And you don't deserve me because you don't value my worth. You don't value the woman that I am. There has been so many times where I could have reverted to violence and bashing your name. Instead, I chose to pray for you. Instead, I chose to express and communicate to you the things that hurt me that you have said and caused. You will never understand the great depths of pain that you caused. For a long time, I would see his name everywhere. And I would think that it would be a sign that we supposed to be together. And that everything was going to work out. But anytime I would see his name, it would piss me off. It would be like rage would be sit. And I would fuel. And I would cover my hurt with anger. Because I didn't want him to know that I cared so much. I didn't want to know that him not talking to me, him walking away didn't affect me. But it did. And I thought it meant all these things. And I just thought I was right about all of it. And I was wrong. It wasn't until last week I asked God, I said, why I keep seeing this boy's name? And it was because I never told David how I truly felt. I said, oh, I need to tell David how I truly feel. That's where I'm going to get my peace from. And I could remember talking to my little brother a little while back, telling him like, oh, I just need to tell him. I just need to tell him. I just need to tell him. He said, what good is that going to come from? He going to do the same shit 9 months later. Leave that nigga alone. And I'm like, it's not even about wanting to even deal with the man. Because I'm not even in the position to even want to date. I'm not looking. I'm not looking for nothing serious. And I want to get back into the dating realm. And I'm not saying this is stopping me from getting back to the dating world. I just can't date someone knowing that I know I'm not ready. Like, it makes no sense to wasting somebody's time when I'm not ready. Like, that's common sense. But anyways, um, I lost my train of thought. Man, I'm very proud of you, Tay, for even saying that. I'm proud of you, Tay. Let me do these icebreakers. Woo! Baby girl didn't cry. Emotional damage. I'm sorry, my sister does that and it's hilarious, but I should not be laughing at this type of moment because I'm healing. Oh, I'm proud of you, Tay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. Okay, put these glasses back on because I can't see. Um, I just keep thinking to myself, like, before I even get to the icebreakers, I just keep thinking to myself, like, what is it that I want? Like, that's where I'm at in my healing journey. Like, I wouldn't even care to, I like, right now, if, like, I don't even know what this video would even do. I don't even know how he would respond to this. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not really looking for like something out of it. I just wanted to speak my truth. I just wanted to stop hurting myself because I still have emotions that are connected with this man, and it's because I have not told him this. So whatever this video does, I hope it do it in the way God needs it to do it, because truth be told, I'm not really looking to date him. I really want my space from him. I don't want to be around people who hurt me, and especially people who didn't take it seriously to know that my feelings was hurt. And but no buts. Right now, I just I just don't have an answer. But I do know that I care for him. I do know that I love him, and I do know that I do want to be with him. Yeah, but at the same time, right now, I'm not really messing with it. Not really messing with it. All right. What is it? If you could. If you could write a book, what would you write about it? That's so crazy because I was talking to somebody about writing a book, and it's the third. This is my second confirmation to write a book. I would write a book about. I would, if I could write a book, I would. It would be about. It would to help people. Girl, you're killing me. You're really killing me. It's like I be malfunctioning. You ever seen like one of them digital games and they just glitch? That's what I feel like I be doing. I be feel like I be glitching when I be speaking. You ever seen Wreck It Ralph? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And look, yeah, that's what this looks. I don't know what's more funny, me saying it or you looking the other way. uh, but if I had to write a book, it would be about helping those. It would be a self help book, a mental help people, helping people to overcome their insecurities. giving them strategies, people that live in environments that are uncommon to what healthiness is, giving tips and guidance to what it is like to be in a toxic household. I'm just saying, I'm not how to identify toxic people in toxic ways. Just saying. That's what I would write a book about. Last card. Uh, I already read that. Oh yeah. Okay. What can you contribute to a relationship? What can you contribute to a relationship? What can you contribute to a relationship? Um, Confining, reinsurance, love. I don't want to break this down, but I don't have time. Where's my phone? I'm blind. I can bring a lot into a relationship. Security and faith. I'm really grounded in my faith, really faith contributing. I can contribute a lot of faith. I can contribute a lot of loyalty. I can contribute a lot of kindness, grace, really being confined in my partner. I've been really working on practicing being obedient so I can submit to God. That way I can submit to my husband. It's in the Bible. Women, you're supposed to submit to your women. I mean, your man. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Because the way y'all be thinking of submission be a whole controversial conversation. I ain't gonna never listen to women. You ain't gonna never be saved and have a great relationship if you can't listen. A man is supposed to lead, and a woman is supposed to respect a man. The man is supposed to love his woman in the fullness of her confidence and to never lack nothing that is value in her. A man is a leader. He is supposed to lead his wife, and his wife is supposed to take his lead. Okay? I hope that you get prayed. I hope that you get prayed. I hope that you get prayed. I hope that you I pray that I receive healing and that God exchanged my burdens with my peace and that it surpassed my own understanding. That I am loved, that I am needed, and that I am enough. Um, this was a Let's Heal podcast. So thank you for tuning in and watching. I hope that you subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram at Taylor Michelle 1111 and TikTok and Snapchat at Taylor Michelle 1111. I will see you in the next episode.